Imagine waking up one morning and the city you live in, your whole community, it isn't there.
Gone.
Yeah, gone. Replaced by this desolate alien landscape.
Okay.
And the sky is this terrifying, dirty orange color.
And monstrous things swarming where, people were just living their normal lives hours before. It's chilling.
It really is. This isn't just some dystopian story. It's the reality-shattering premise we're diving into today based on these sources.
Yeah, it's truly an unprecedented global crisis described here. We've got this collection of observations, first-hand accounts, and they paint a startling picture, really startling, about how fragile our reality actually is.
And the hidden forces, sometimes ancient forces, that are sort of tasked with protecting it.
Exactly.
So our mission for this deep dive is to unpack the staggering events of what some people are actually calling the Great Displacement. We're going to explore how these separate horrifying events unfolded across the globe. We'll meet some truly unique individuals who, well, rose to confront them.
Unlikely heroes, many of them.
Totally. And we need to grapple with the sheer scale and the very nature of this terrifying new threat. Okay, let's unpack this.
So where do we start? This whole thing didn't just explode globally overnight, did it?
No, that's right. It actually begins, according to these accounts, not with a huge bang, but more like a quiet, unsettling ripple.
Yeah.
Right in New York City.
Okay.
Specifically, Greenwich Village, with a man named Peter Octavian. Now, our sources paint him as a really fascinating character. He was once a shadow.
And in this world, a shadow isn't just, any vampire. It's a specific lineage known for some pretty deep magical abilities and maybe a more predatory history.
Right, but he'd tried to shed that life. He'd actually become mortal, living as a painter, trying to be normal.
And that's where it gets interesting, isn't it? His first encounter kind of sets the stage. He still has this sensitivity.
Yeah, like a primal sensitivity to malevolence, left over from his past, maybe. He stumbles upon this demonic entity, calls itself Mr. Nowhere.
Right, operating out of a place called the Voodoo Lounge.
Right.
Classic.
And this magician, he wasn't doing illusions. He was literally making people vanish.
Shunting them somewhere else, some other dimension. It's terrifying. And Peter, because of who he was, he can sense this pure evil.
But he uses his own residual dark magic, the power he still has even as a mortal, to expose this stuff.
To defeat it, right. Forces it to bring back the people it took. It shows that even trying to be normal, some things you just can't escape.
It's a really chilling thought, isn't it? That kind of evil operating in plain sight, right under everyone's noses in a busy city.
And most people would just walk right by. You'd need that unique sensitivity Peter have.
But what started there in New York, well, it didn't stay isolated for long. It escalated fast.
Yeah, that was just the first tremor, like you said, before the earthquake. Soon, these inexplicable disappearances start happening globally, and they all have these horrifying signatures.
The sources mention a massive sinkhole, right?
Yeah.
Under a really old, 13th century priory in Derby, England.
Exactly. And out come these grotesque winged hoofed creatures. Just awful.
Then, boom, Tracy, California vanishes. Groznyk in Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
Hidalgo, Texas.
Montemoreau in France, Salzburg in Austria.
Even major capitals, Paris, Moscow. And then this small, quiet town in Vermont, Wickham, just gone, erased.
And the common elements are just pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah, that sky, turning that dirty orange color. It's mentioned again and again.
And the appearance of these skeletal, scythe-limbed things that whisper.
And whole cities just shunted, surgically removed almost, into some parallel infernal dimension.
It's a full-scale assault on reality itself. You've got people like Carl Melnick, a news producer, and Alison Vigent. She's a vampire scout working for the UN.
Right, a scout. Highly skilled.
And they're tracking these breaches, trying to make sense of it, and they quickly realize this is unprecedented. The scale is terrifying.
And that detail about Hidalgo, this invisible membrane forming around the displaced city, you pierce it, and you see that same awful orange light from the other side.
It's like another reality is just bleeding through. What's really striking is the word displacement. It's not just destruction.
No, it's like they're being moved somewhere, systematically.
Yeah, it suggests a purpose, an intelligence behind it. Not random chaos, not a natural disaster. It's targeted. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, so the world's reeling, cities vanishing, but then defenders start to emerge. And they are really unlikely.
Like Keomany Shaw.
Right, a confectionery shop owner in Wickham, Vermont. Seems totally ordinary.
Until her town gets erased, she's plunged into just sheer terror, whispers attacking.
But then something happens, something miraculous.
She awakens this immense power, earth magic, dormant inside her, connected to Gaia, the spirit of nature itself.
The descriptions are incredible. In her terror, she just instinctively draws power from the earth, tree roots erupting, impaling demons.
Yeah, and this golden glint in her eyes, it signals this direct, powerful connection to nature's spirit. It's like the planet itself is reacting.
It suggests that when ancient evils rise up, maybe ancient powers awaken too, through people you'd never expect.
Exactly. It's a hint that the natural world has its own defenses. Untapped power.
It's amazing. Such strength coming from someone seemingly ordinary when their world is literally falling apart.
And speaking of ancient power, the sources bring in Kuramaku.
Ah, yes, the ancient Japanese vampire. An antiquity dealer, caught when Montmartre in Paris is displaced.
Imagine that, an immortal Ronin, steeped in centuries of history, suddenly facing this.
And he's not just fighting, he's analyzing. He fights this multi-legged, glowing-eyed demon with his katana.
Even turns into mist to dodge attacks, that ancient fluid combat style.
But his age, his knowledge, it leads him to a devastating realization
Yeah.
about the Force.
Right, this ancient sect within the church, basically humanity's secret weapon against the supernatural for almost 2,000 years.
And he realizes they'd been dismantled years before this all started.
Systematically taken apart. Not just a political shift, it left this massive gaping hole in the world's defenses against, well, exactly this kind of thing.
So humanity was left vulnerable.
Terribly vulnerable. He's traveling with his companion, Sophie Duvich, through this demon-infested landscape, Monde Moreau. They encounter these other things, Nectum, translucent, infantile demons. And Kuramaku notices something critical. These whispers, these nectum, they can enter holy ground.
Which is not normal for demons in this world.
Yeah.
That's usually a sanctuary.
Exactly. That's the key insight. It tells him this isn't just another demon invasion he's seen before. This is something new.
Something from elsewhere, different rules.
Precisely. Maybe a different kind of hell, a dimension with its own physics, its own rules about what constitutes holy, the old defenses, the old magical laws. They might not apply anymore.
Wow. So his fight is about survival, but also understanding this completely new paradigm, if we connect this to the bigger picture.
It means the old ways are obsolete. The rulebook's been torn up.
And speaking of connections, Peter Octavian gets pulled back in. Remember him? The painter?
Yeah, trying to live that normal life.
His friend, Nikki Wydra, she's a rock singer. Also his lover. She finds him after Wickham vanishes. She needs his help.
And he's reluctant, right. He really doesn't want to go back to being that warrior, that shadow.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
Given what he went through to become mortal. But Nikki, she believes in him, reminds him who he really is.
And that pulls him back. He accepts it, starts preparing, gets weapons, blessed ammo from a Father Jack.
Ah, Father Jack.
Yeah.
The priest who's disillusioned with the church hierarchy himself.
Yeah, he sees the church playing politics while the world is literally ending. Peter has his own long and nasty history with the church, as the sources put it.
So this alliance is purely practical, born of necessity.
Absolutely. And Peter, he connects magically with Keomany, the Earth Witch, uses her power to create these temporary windows of normalcy in Wickham, like islands of hope.
And he fights, uses a living tree root from Gaia herself to battle these huge mole-like demons, the Slugget and the Whispers.
It shows his evolution. He's combining his human resolve with this new Gaia-boosted magic. He's not just a shadow or a human anymore. He's something else.
Okay, so all these different threads, these unique individuals, they're starting to converge. Different powers, histories, even species forming alliances.
And they need to figure out where this thing, this entity behind it all is going to strike next.
Which brings us to Cat Hine, another Earth Witch. But her connection is incredibly painful.
Yeah, her body is literally a map of the world's wounds, scars, gouges appearing on her skin, corresponding exactly to where cities have vanished.
A living index of the catastrophe. Written in agony, that's intense.
Peter has to use his magic just to shield her from the pain, cutting her off from Gaia temporarily, but through her, through that horrific map.
They pinpoint the next target, Rhonda, Spain.
That image of her body mapped with continents, with areas just gouged out where Texas and Mexico meet. It's such a powerful, disturbing metaphor for the sheer scale of this. How connected it is to the Earth itself.
So Rhonda, this beautiful, picturesque Spanish town, but now?
Now it's under that same horrifying orange, storm-filled sky. The displacement has begun there.
Allison Vigent, the vampire scout, she's there too, does aerial recon in her falcon form.
Right, gives them eyes in the sky. She spots military forces, Task Force Victor, but crucially...
She spots Kuramaku and Sophie, still fighting their way through the chaos on the ground.
Yes, Allison's view from above is critical. She finds the source of the problem in Rhonda.
What is it?
Something they call the Brood Mother, a massive, grotesque, multi-legged demon deep in the gorge, the cleft of Rhonda, and it's pulsing, breeding hundreds of whispers.
Oh, God. It's a factory, a biological engine for this regional displacement, anchoring the breach.
Exactly, a nexus of this infernal dimension. But then, the main event arrives.
The architect, the Tatterdemalion, described as an arrogant bastard, a hell god.
It manifests as this colossal storm, wielding lightning, pure, terrifying power.
And in this horrific display, it grabs Nikki, Peter's Nikki.
Dangles her, nude and wounded, from the ruins of Rhonda's famous bridge. It's personal, it's cruel.
An act of terror.
Yeah.
But it galvanizes them.
It absolutely does. The battle for Rhonda kicks into high gear. It's the culmination. Peter, channeling Keomany's connection to Gaia, he does something incredible.
The window.
Yeah, opens this hole of pure blue sky, golden sunlight, right into the demon-filled cleft. He brings the river back its natural course, and it slams into the Brood Mother,
severely wounding it, disrupting the birthing process.
Meanwhile, Kuramaku, he is badly hurt. Those anti-vampire bullets stripped his shape-shifting. The irony, huh?
Awful irony, but he fights on.
With pure samurai honor. Alongside Sophie, his spirit is just unbreakable.
And Allison?
Dives. As a falcon, right into the storm, snatches Nikki from the Tatterdemilion's grasp in an absolutely breathtaking rescue.
Incredible teamwork, under impossible pressure. But the Tatterdemalion?
Yeah.
How do you actually beat a hell god?
Peter, drawing on Keomany and Gaia, he traps it first, within the sphere of his own sorcery, containing it.
But containment isn't defeating it, right?
No. So Peter, with Keomany guiding him, focusing that Gaia energy, he does the unthinkable. He doesn't just push it back to its dimension.
Pulls it.
He pulls the Tatterdemalion through the rift, into their world, fully manifest in Rhonda.
Why? What's the logic there?
Because being like that from another dimension, it's actually vulnerable when it's fully here in this reality, anchored, cut off from its home turf, maybe.
So bring the fight to home ground, Gaia's ground.
Exactly. And Gaia herself responds to this ultimate violation.
Oh.
A grove of ancient olive trees just erupts from the earth, imbued with this immense primal power. They twist, they tear, they rip the Tatterdemalion apart.
Utterly destroy it.
Obliterated. And with its destruction, the breach seals, Rhonda snaps back into place, returned.
Victory. But at a huge cost, Peter just collapses.
Right.
Utterly spent.
Completely drained. The exertion was immense.
What an incredible, absolutely visceral deep dive. The aftermath. It's staggering. The death toll officially near 800,000.
Unbelievable numbers. Though some cities, Paris, New York, they were recovered within hours, apparently. Miraculous in a way.
But still, a global catastrophe, just narrowly averted by this band of misfits and unlikely heroes.
And they're all changed by it. Profoundly. Father Jack Devlin, the priest.
He died, didn't he, on the bridge?
Yeah, fighting Bishop Gagnon's, short-sightedness and politicking right to the end. He found his courage, became a real hero in those last moments. Tragic, but heroic.
And Kuramaku, the immortal Ronin.
He's crippled, can't shapeshift anymore because of those bullets. But he finds a new purpose, a deeper bond with Sophie. They settle in Bordeaux. He's not the lone warrior anymore. He's found connection.
A different kind of strength. What about Alison Vision, the scout?
She's gone independent. Task Force Victor, the military group, is actually hunting her.
Seriously? Why?
For killing Commander Henning during the chaos. Necessary actions, but... well, bureaucracy and blame. So she's on her own, still trapping demonic threats, using her powers to change appearance, adapt.
The sources mention her visiting North Platte, Nebraska.
Yeah, a place tied to a lost love from her past. A moment of reflection, realizing the game has changed. It's not about vampires versus humans anymore. The primary threat now, it's demons. From dimensions unknown.
That's a huge shift in perspective for someone like her. And Keomany, the Earth Witch.
Her immense Gaia power receded after the battle. She returns to her shop, her coven. Her connection to nature is deeper than ever, but she needs time. Time to heal, process, before she can really rejoin any fight.
Understandable. And Peter. And Nikki.
Peter's exhausted, but he's finally accepted who he is. A warrior mage. He recommits to Nikki.
And Nikki. She was badly wounded.
Yeah, needs plastic surgery. Her music career's on hold. But she's resilient. She finds her home with Peter. They both have this renewed appreciation for just the texture of mortal life, its preciousness, found strength in each other.
So they're all scarred, but moving forward in a world that's fundamentally changed.
Irrevocably changed.
So, okay, what does all this mean for you listening to this? This deep dive, it shows a world where the boundaries of reality are, well, thinner than we think.
Yeah, new threats can emerge constantly from places we can't even imagine. It forces everyone to adapt. Ancient myths, modern science. They're not separate anymore. They're colliding.
We have to reevaluate what's possible. So here's the final thought to leave you with. In a world where reality itself can be warped, where the lines blur between the ordinary person on the street and, well, a Gaia-powered Earth Witch, what does it actually mean to be human?
And how do we find strength, connection, even that sense of home, when the very ground under our feet could literally be stolen away into another dimension?
Yeah. How do you stay grounded when the ground itself isn't guaranteed? It's something to think about long after the immediate battle is over.